And we are live. We're live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live, baby. And we're good. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning. Whenever you're watching, however you're watching. Thank you for watching. Whether you join us on the live stream or you come back and watch us later, I really do appreciate all the love and the views and just all the interaction that we've been getting. It's been some great feedback, some great love. And I really appreciate it, guys. It's amazing, and I'm super blessed and humbled by it. And thank you so much. And once again, I am joined by my lovely wife, Kimberly.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, beautiful. So tonight we got a pretty good show for everybody. We got a guy. He has recently, I guess you could say, risen to fame and popularity here lately with his new show on Netflix, because everybody and their mom has a Netflix account.
And if not, you share with someone who does.
Yeah, you
Let's be
share
real.
it.
You don't pay for it, you share with someone who does.
Yep.
Love you, sister.
Yep. We share our Netflix account. We ain't ashamed. They got enough. But he's got a new show on Netflix. It's pretty sweet. Pretty cool. I like a guy like Graham Hancock. He offers a different view on certain aspects in life. And I really appreciate that, because it opens up a whole new type of dialogue. It opens up like a new way of thinking, and it'll even maybe get it to where you have a problem with something, you couldn't like make heads or tails of it, and you talk to this other person that has a little bit out of the box thinking compared to yourself, and it might help you come to a realization, or just even come to a better understanding of something.
Or maybe it solidifies the way that you do think.
Yeah, that too. Maybe you're like, what if I'm the only person that's thinking like this?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you hear this other person is like, wow, I'm not alone. Okay, maybe there is something to this. It may not be the answer, the ultimate answer, but hey, maybe we're on a right path that goes to the right path. Maybe we're just on a different path to that right now.
Exactly.
You know, so anybody that challenges the common narrative and can do it with sense and cohesive facts and data and science, I will always listen to that. Definitely that, you know. But I like listening to anybody. I like sitting here and just talking to people.
Right.
You know, like I said, like you know, on the podcast earlier today, I could just flip this camera on and get the mic going, and I could just go, and like 10 hours later still be talking about stupid shit, you know. But I mean, I love talking to people. It's like hearing people's stories and things like that. So I mean, that's why whenever, especially things that I'm extremely interested in, you know, like God, the spiritual world, the world of the Elohim, you know, and what like if there were like a grand design for us as a whole, and then individual design and all that. I'm super interested in all that, and I'm a firm believer that everything is like connected somehow. We're all connected and interwoven together somehow, you know. Even, and that goes, we're connected to the best of the best and the worst of the worst, you know. We're all connected. I don't believe this new age theory, some of the stuff you hear. This isn't a Graham Hancock theory. This is I think it's what is that new religion like called? I think it's called like universal or something, where like you believe like, you know, like there is like a higher power that created the universe, but it broke off, like we're like broke off pieces of it so that it can understand and come back and have like all these experiences. So we're really just the universe experiencing itself. Yeah, and it's like I don't give into that. I don't give into all that. That kind of like goes really whenever you delve like deep down into like the baseline of like what that teaches. It's the same as what these evil Satanists are trying to do with like children and all these absolutists and everything like that. Just promote this like evil agenda of you're nothing, you're just this cog in this machine. It's easier to control you if you have no individuality, you know?
Right.
So if you take that out, oh no, like, yeah, like really, like, cause they always tell like half truths. You know, it's always like little half truths. The devil will tell you 9 truths in one lie and make you think it's all one big lie. You know, so they're always slipping in those like half truths. Yeah, religion's real, but it's like it's kind of like you are the God and you're just out experiencing all this so that you can go back and be one. Like you're really nothing. You're just you know like just like a photo, like a phantom in like time. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like it's just crazy because like me personally, I believe we're all put here on this journey. Like, yes, some of us need to realize that we are not meant to be the knight in shining armor that goes and saves the day every time. Because really, ultimately, none of us are that. It's God. He is the one that is going to come and save us all.
Exactly.
You know, so we're all just kind of like we're all like side characters to his story. You know, but this world is a gift that he wants us to have and experience and love and experience it. Yes, individually, and hold on to that and retain it. And yes, go back to him, but individually share those experiences and individually carry on in eternity. Because like it's kind of redundant really to me if you're like, it's like, wait a minute. So so you believe in a God, you know, the Father, whatever you want to call it, the universe that is so intelligent that it was able to create literally everything, you know, space, which literally holds everything.
Yeah, we have no idea what is out there.
Yeah, like, so they were like smart enough to do that, but they need me. It needs me to go off and experience it so it can understand it. What? What? It created understanding. It created thought. Like it doesn't need me to do it for them. Like what? That's what I'm saying. If it's bullshit, you know, you get down to the baseline of it. It's just more that you're not an individual. You're just a huge cog in a machine. You're not special. You're not important. Just move on. You know, it's just that sick thinking. Yeah, you know, and that's why people are fucking depressed now and everything, man.
And because they don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They don't know what makes them happy. They don't know what is going to make them have that drive to keep going and going. They need that thing that is going to root them.
Yeah, you got to have something to like ground you and get you up every day.
Yeah.
Make you want to get up and do good.
That routine, that drive, you know?
Discipline.
The discipline. It is very, very important.
There's a lot of freedom. I know it sounds contradictory, but there is a lot of freedom in discipline.
Yeah, there is though.
A lot of freedom in discipline. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. And you know, two totally opposite words. You know? And you wouldn't think that they go together, but man, that is like they go together better than Oreos.
And that doesn't go like how we have been saying, like freedom of speech, and they're trying to control us. That again, 2 different things.
Right.
And being controlled is not having a discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having a discipline, you know, that is so much more than someone just sitting there trying to control you.
Mm-hmm. Not giving into the shtick. I mean, if the overall assumption of it is good, do good, then yeah, you want to do good. But you know, you always want to challenge the narrative. You know, and that's with everything in life, with religion, with politics, you know, whether you're left or right, you should always challenge who's representing you. You know, You should always check, like, if you have a maker, it's like, you are gonna have things that don't line up right, and you got to work that out, and a lot of it comes down to, from what I've experienced in life, is my big mistake is I was like putting God in a box. I was putting up these parameters, like, why did you let this happen? Why did this happen and this and this? Why does this? And it's like, well, who are you? Like, I didn't see you standing at the pillars of creation with me. What have you done? What did you do about it besides complain to me? How have you tried to make the day better? How have you tried to positively move forward? To not let this affect you negatively? To kill that evil right then and there and create heaven on earth? What did you do? I didn't do anything. I'm nobody. Oh yeah, all you did was bitch and put me in a box. Appreciate that. And I got thinking like that, and it really made me feel guilty with some of the things. It's like, oh man, and like we were saying the other day on the podcast, we don't really know like about like ultimate good and ultimate evil. Like we said, a lot of like older ancient men and women had to eat a lot of poisonous plants so that we wouldn't eat those poisonous plants. Was that bad at the time? Yeah, that sucks. But was it like an ultimate good? Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will definitely high five you in the afterlife.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're getting a crisp high five.
Oh my God. Whoever was the first person to get bit by a snake to let us know not to be bit by snakes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then like, oh man, have you seen did you see that that one meme going around for a while that on TikTok? It was like when I get to heaven and you see Eve and it's like whore, and then it's like you see Adam. How you doing, kind working fellow?
Oh, no, I haven't.
I was like, oh my gosh, things like that crack me up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I would say to Eve.
I wouldn't really say anything because if she didn't do what she did, I wouldn't live the life I had and have the family I had. So
yeah, like it all happened for a reason.
At the end of the day, we're all right. At the end of the day, we're good.
Yeah.
The only people that are doing bad at the end of the day are the people that are doing bad shit all day. That's why they're bad off. They're miserable. They're this or that. They're living in sin. They're living in quote unquote unbound freedom. So that makes you just like just a flap in the wind. You're just getting thrown everywhere, and eventually you're going to start getting frayed. You're going to be able to hold yourself together. Got to ground yourself. Find discipline. Hold yourself down. True freedom. Then, yeah, you can go out in that storm while you're anchored down. You can just stand there, and you're good. Know
what it is that you actually believe in.
Yeah. And that goes back to, like, you got to question. You got to question the narrative. And that's why I like Graham Hancock, because he questions the main narrative. I mean, I don't get why nowadays that is so frowned upon. Like that is like the true essence of like a human. Us is like we question why. That's like why. And it's like kids all the time. Why? Because we want to know. We're stupid and we want to fill our brain up with more. We
are curious by nature. That's why whenever you're toddlers, you go through that why stage. And then it's like the parents who are the ones and the adults are the ones who make them stop questioning things.
Yeah, it's like, shut up. Don't do that.
Yeah, because it's like, oh my God, why do you keep asking questions? Oh my, parents get annoyed by it, or
it's super easy to get annoyed too by it.
Right. Like we understand we have kids. I understand, we try not to, whenever they were that young, because we know how important it is to ask why. But
me and you, you probably a lot more than me.
Yeah.
Would engage them and stuff like that.
Oh no, I was gonna say you engaged more. So.
I feel like you did.
I don't know.
Because there were a lot of times where it was like, I wouldn't say it to him, but in my head, I'd just look at him and be like, Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
No, no.
You shut your mouth up when you're talking to me.
No, you are always so good at actually explaining things. Like me, whenever they would come and ask me, I'd be like, I don't know, ask your dad. And they would go to you and they would get like a 10-minute conversation on how something works. And
Yeah, but is that like a good thing? Because as kids, they got to be turning their brain off like 30 seconds in. They're like, fuck that.
I don't know, but hey, our
They
kids
just
are
go through the
smart.
motions.
So
Okay, thanks, Sam. Bye.
and our kids are smart, so I don't know, was it a bad thing? They still ask questions.
Yeah, they do. They ask a lot of questions, and I encourage that a lot. I encourage that a lot in the house. I encourage kids to ask questions. I try to ask them daily. Do you have any questions about God, about your relationship with Him, how you're feeling? Because like I said, it's very easy to get put in that box or put Him in that box. And just get that like tunnel vision of like, yeah, that's what it is. That's how He is. That's how it has to be. It has to be this, man. It's nothing else but this. A lot of it's your ego.
Like, who is it that really wants that?
That pride, man. You got to go back to that original story. Pride cometh before the fall. Come on. He told us in the beginning, don't be like that. He already told us, you're going to put me in a box. Don't do it. You're going to get prideful. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't think you know. You don't know. And that's why I like Graham Hancock, because he's like, yeah, do we really know though? Do we really know? I mean, where would we be at in science if the people today that shun people that question, if they were around whenever Einstein was here, because he looked at things like Newton's gravity and was like, well, hold on a minute. You might be kind of right, but I think I can do it better, And it like that's the whole point of, all this just life. You ask questions. Let's come together. Yeah, that might have worked, but it might not be the answer. You can fit a square peg into a rectangle. Don't mean it's supposed to fit there.
Yeah, we have always taken an idea and made it better.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to watch out for the evils that are at work in the world, because they will put 9 truths in front of your face and then one lie and make you, yep, it's all a lie, it's all bullshit. It's like, ha, our plan worked. I just feel like they're over there with like sitting in the chair, like twirling their mustache. Like,
twirl your mustache. It's probably long enough over there.
Can I? Can I twirl it? Can I do the Doc Holidays? Not yet. I've been thinking, dude, because I do grow like a sick handlebar mustache. Now, hear me out, babe. Hear me out, babe.
Oh, no. Oh, help me out, guys.
It's springtime.
Uh-huh.
The birds are chirping. Okay, let me set the scene.
Oh, no.
It's springtime. 11 a.m. in northern Michigan. The birds are chirping. The flowers are starting to bud and bloom. I'm cruising down the road on my bike. Glorious hair just flowing through the wind. With a helmet on. I mean, a skull cap helmet, but it's still a helmet. And that beautiful, beautiful handlebar mustache. Right, and the 12 apes that I'm thinking about putting on it. Just come on. It don't in northern Michigan in the springtime or even early summer, it don't get no more American than that.
Oh, it is
oh
so
my God,
pretty
do
up
it
here.
on July 4th, you'll nut freedom.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. But I digress.
I knew it.
I know you were. I know you knew. I was gonna say it.
I knew it was coming.
Gonna say it. I know you. At least I didn't say delicious.
Don't even. Oh my goodness. There has to be other people who agree with me that word just, I don't know, like there's just something about it that it just makes you cringe.
Dude, what if there's people that have like an auditory reaction to it, like
exactly.
Ellis does with Blue? What if I'm like saying that word and people are like throwing up? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's what. See that?
Whoa.
And that's that
Oh,
word.
that is not delicious.
Oh, and then you go and you say the other word that's probably just like it. But it is a better one. That one is not as bad, and I can tolerate that one more than the other one.
Okay.
Ugh.
That is so funny.
That just makes me cringe just even thinking of the word. I don't
That
know
is so
why
funny.
either.
Quick sidebar. I got a little cousin. He's really like a little nephew to me. I love this little dude.
He's so funny.
I don't think he does it
I don't
anymore.
think. I think it was really that one like that.
I think it was the. I think he was just sick. I think he just.
We're gonna ask. I'm gonna ask.
I think he just had like a stomach virus. You know.
I don't know.
He did it like the one time.
No,
That's
I think
all
it. No, I think it happened more than one. I will ask his mom, but I think.
Okay, like did it happen over like a week or two period?
I will see.
Because like some like stomach viruses and everything can linger.
Right.
But dude, it was so funny because he had this really weird response to blue, and it was blueberries in particular. That's why we laugh. To my knowledge, he hasn't done it anymore because they had blueberries at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he ate them.
And he ate some.
Yeah, he did.
He should be fine now. That's what I'm saying. This had to be a virus or something because he touched a blueberry one day and he just he just touched.
Okay, and he was like, what? How old was
he? He was probably 2.
Yeah, he was little.
He was probably 2.
Yeah, he was little. So
he probably had like a little like gastro.
I don't know. It was the
or
funniest
like
thing
that.
though, and it was I loved it. I love that little kid. He is so awesome. Yeah. I freaking love him.
He's so dope. I love him.
He is so funny. And he's smart, man. That kid is smart for how old he is. But anyway,
we digress.
We digress.
We digress.
Oh no.
Oh, excuse me. Anyway, Graham Hancock, he offers a different look on life. Lets you have more fun with life whenever you look at it differently and you don't just keep the blinders on, So, a lot of things that he says are very, very I would say controversial for the religious and theology and archaeology community. It's controversial because he believes that ancient man actually is a lot more advanced than we're being led to believe. And yeah, I'm 1,000% behind that. Dose, he believes like we are like human civilization. He's thinks that we are suffering from some sort of amnesia. We're suffering from a mass scale, like amnesia. And
so like we've done this before.
Yeah. And it's actually, if you're actually into theology, and you can, I would recommend anybody go, read into this. It's fun. Interesting concept. It's almost like a Gnostic belief. If you understand what Gnostic is, it's just a different form of religion under the guise of Christianity and everything like that. But they believe that this, what we've done as people, how there was a Genesis, how there was, a coming through the desert, how there was the rising of the people, how there was God coming down in the flesh, and then how we lived, and then it all ended, and he saved everybody and created a new heaven and a new earth. There is I guess you could say, religion, spiritual belief. It's a Gnostic belief that that we've done all this before, that this, like us right now, this isn't the first time that God's done this with humans. He's done Genesis to Revelations multiple times. We've done this multiple times.
So like something like the Atlantis people, that would be like that could have possibly been something like that, or would that be like still like this?
See, I don't really know. Like that's why I say like that one doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. If that were true, that could tie in together, like how like we think there's like a multiverse.
And because I
You know?
always thought, like, I don't know, maybe this is just something I made up in my head. I don't know. But I always thought that the Atlantis was flooded. Like we lost it. This really advanced civilization was
Yeah,
something that we
yeah, it was
lost.
swallowed up by the sea.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that the only way to, if we found wherever it was, and it's probably underneath like the ocean in the very, very bottom somewhere.
Say it's off the coast of like Africa. I'm gonna see if I can find that bitch real quick. But they say it's off the coast of or I mean it's in Africa in the northwest, which is just crazy to me. But anyway, yeah, he just believes, that to get back to Graham Hancock, he just believes that what we've been taught and the narrative that's been told and everything it's not right, you know. And there's a huge chunk missing, and we're missing a huge piece of the puzzle, and we can't see it. And I mean, yeah, if you have like common sense, like, and you think back on history and stuff, like, yeah, like a lot of stuff doesn't like add up. Like how did this happen?
Uh-huh.
You know, like how did we do this? How do we do that? You know, and that's what cracks me up too is whenever it comes to ancient Egypt, people want to talk about Egypt and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, aliens, man! Like aliens came down and taught us how to do all this, bro." So how come like aliens had to teach us how to do the pyramids, but like nobody questions like the Colosseum or anything like that? They're like, "Oh yeah, the Romans did that. Those Italians built that."
Dude, and that stuff was like so freaking like detailed and beautiful, and we have a lot of it still now too.
So like Africans in Egypt couldn't have built the pyramids. It had to be aliens. But Romans, yeah, they totally built all their shit. They totally built all that. No question asked. The Mexicans, no one's questioning if them hardworking Mexicans built them pyramids. But the Africans in Egypt, nah, it was alien. They're too stupid. It was aliens, right? They're too stupid. That's what it is. That's what it is. Get the fuck out of here. You know. That's why I was like, no, like aliens is such a cop out too. That's such like a lazy fucking answer. Oh, aliens, dude. It's fucking aliens, bro. You shut the fuck up. No. Talk to me like a fucking adult. Talk to me like a fucking adult, dude. I will smack you, you know? Oh, there's satellite. I couldn't even see like what map to get. I was like, what the fuck? Because we did this recent update on the computer, and now I can't I don't remember where shit is now on some of the stuff I used to use.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, just leave it alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know, it drives me having to relearn how to do stuff and get comfortable. Especially
Mm-hmm.
at work. Like I have certain things, like a system of ours just updated, and like one of my coworkers, hers updated first, and she was like, "Oh my god, I freaking hate this! Don't update it." And I was like, "Okay." And I got away with it for like a month of not being able to update it, and then it finally I just went into work one day and it updated, and I was like, "No."
No.
And she was like, "Ha ha." I was like, "Oh my god, this sucks." I'm used to it now, so whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever now, but
Like, yeah, like we should always be questioning why trying to progress in life, but when it comes to like technology like this that's working fine, don't fuck with it, dude. Stop fucking with it, man. Is this it? Is this what I'm looking for?
what are you looking for?
I'm looking for for the damn remnants of what could be Atlantis up in the northwest of Africa. And I am just a fucking jabroni, and I can't remember exactly where it is. Sure, I could just type it in,
Yeah, probably so.
you know. But I wanted to be cool and be a sleuth and find it all on my own like a big boy.
Oh, you found the guns. Or what is it? Oh, you suck again.
No, I suck again. I have been
Yeah.
jackhammered.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like it's just kind of a coincidence. Because that's one of the things that like Graham Hancock says is that there was something cataclysmic about 12,000 years ago that just wiped good majority of the population out. And he has speculated that there was some flash onset of water, possibly, through people that he's talked to with geological studies, things like that. Also, and then there might have also been a flash freezing ice age
Yeah.
for a little while. And honestly, carbon dating is not like how they carbon date stuff. It's not a super reliable science. That's why they won't let you use it in a court of law whenever you're trying to like get someone with litigation or legally something like that. You cannot use carbon dating because it's just not. It's more of a pseudoscience than a science right now. It's just not super like fleshed out, I guess, and works well because I mean, you can believe what you want, but I encourage you to expand your mind and go and do your own research. You can see where people have done tests with modern carbon dating and have taken an object that is clearly from this era and it dated it to be like thousands of years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just crazy.
Yeah. So it's take all information, take with a grain of salt. That's why I think you should just be open-minded and know that probably no answer is absolute that you'll ever hear in life, you know, and anybody that says, yes, this is it. This is the only way to think. Don't do this, anything. I know everything. Like, stay away from them.
Yeah.
Stay away from that person.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you should always keep an open mind and know that nothing is absolute, you know, because we prove shit wrong and different all the time, all throughout history.
Oh, Big Bang.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory with James Webb Telescope, like that is like probably not real anymore. That's probably not how it happened, and it's just baffling the science community.
That is
That's crazy.
insane how they found that out in all our our entire lives, you know?
Yeah.
And that is just like
30 plus years pretty much being like, yeah, I mean, I know at the end of the day it was a theory.
right.
But I mean, it was the general population's theory and belief. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's what happened. They have all this data and all this shit to back it up. So we thought,
Yeah.
with the technology we have.
You know, it's also really cool that we live in a time that we're getting to see that something that has been believed for so long, for so long that is like that was an absolute thing of like how like this is that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean that was a theory or whatever, you know, but just that something like that people so heartily believed. You know, some people would fight tooth and nail about that. You know, there was huge debates about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some people were just die hard, just like, no, the Big Bang Theory, like that is what it's at. You know,
That's it. If
yeah.
you don't believe it, you're
And
an
then
idiot.
now to live in a time where we are now being having our technology develop enough to where we are seeing like, oh no, we were wrong about that. So again, like even with this, like how can we say like something was so certain when we're living in a time where that is like literally being proven the opposite, you know? So it's like
Mhm.
even with this, like how can we say for sure like what this guy is saying and the things that he is you know talking about aren't true? Like how do we know that all of this has not happened?
Exactly. Oh man, I wouldn't have found that for shit. Oh wow. Okay, I had to cheat. Okay. So we found it. What might be Atlantis? And it makes sense to me because if you're like a history nerd or a history buff, or a major like I was, then the Greek writer Plato talks about coming from Africa, from the West in Africa, and speaking of a great land and great people, and the way that he described it, it was like a circular city, And this is an actual place. It has the nickname the Eye of Africa, and it really looks like it's sitting in like an eyeball.
Yeah, it really does.
We'll go ahead and pull this up. Happy December 1st, everybody. I hope everybody's getting their deal. So make sure I don't lose it, but it's going to be right here in this area. So here's the water. And even if you just look at the landscape here, man, it looks like this was all just like brushed away. Because this all used to be grass and trees and lush valley and everything. Now it's just shit. But here's what it looks like. And that's crazy looking. Like, why and people want to be like, oh no, that's just like that's just like a natural structure. That's just a phenomenon like this, and that. It's like, man, okay, if that is a natural structure and phenomenon, the world is fucking huge. Is there another place like that? Like somewhere? Like, can someone please tag me in a structure that huge and that perfectly circled out and everything, and still fits the description of something that is like an ancient world, and in the location that matches similar? Like there's a lot of shit that goes into it, man, to just write it off as like, oh no, it's just a natural anomaly.
Like that.
Like, why can't we sit down and have a discussion? And if at the end of the day we come to all roads that, like, let's go down every road, and if all of them lead to that's not it, and if you want to believe it, you're fucking crazy, then that's the answer, bro. But like, don't just write it off like as soon as someone wants to bring it up. Oh, like what? Like, no, let's have a talk, dude. Like this guy Hancock. It's like, why are you so quick to bastardize him? Because I got a real problem with whenever someone that's not hurting anybody and just wants to pass on knowledge. And yeah, there are things that he talks about and all that I don't necessarily agree with 100%. And you can kind of like really contradict it with like today's knowledge and everything. But also, too, there are things that he says that make sense. It's like, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Let's not write this guy off. Let's not bastardize him. Let's not put him in a box. Let's have a discussion as two adults.
Right.
And I, as an adult, will make up my mind. Like, why can't I do, like, people that want to be like, no, you can't do that. Don't listen to him. Well, now I feel like you're trying to control some kind of narrative, and I really want to go see what they have to say now.
Yeah, what are you not wanting me to hear? What are they really saying that you're trying to make it to where I think he's crazy instead of trying to actually listen to what they're saying?
Yeah. Like, why is it such a big deal for me to just, maybe think about that for a second and just get outside the box a little bit? I don't see what the problem is and all that shit. And that's why I don't get why this man is being so demonized and, like just shunned and, just pushed away by even his own community. It's like, come on, guys, if you want to call yourself scientists, you should be encouraging someone like this that is, coming out with, some of his stuff is coming out with, oh man, this might hold some water. Like, you should be rallying behind that, lifting him up, getting behind him. And it's like I'm glad that he's getting his show now and everything like that, and even if it does, most of the shit on there is bullshit. Did it get you to think differently? Did it get you to think more open-minded, to try and better yourself? Well, then good job.
Again, or did it solidify what it was that you were already thinking? Did you like sit there and really think about what this guy, his theories and what he's saying?
Yeah.
And it was like, no, this is really what it is. Like what you already believe,
Yeah.
You really could like be open-minded though. So really sit there and question it because you're allowed to believe whatever it is you want to.
But you got free will.
Yeah, that is the whole, exactly. That is your free will. But give people chances, hear them out, because you never know what it is that they're trying to say and what it might mean to you in the long run,
Yeah.
or like, and me, like, to me, because I really do feel like Jesus uses us and God uses us
Mm-hmm.
to spread a message.
Yeah.
So listening to one another, you might hear something that they're saying, but it really might mean something completely different to you. And it was something that God needed you to hear in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. You never know the grand design. That's why we can't put him in a box.
Yeah. You never know what he's doing.
You never know the workings of God, what strings he's pulling. When you allow him into your life and you try to live a good life. Like I said, I'm not trying to be a Christian. I'm not trying to be a Catholic. I'm not trying to be a Methodist. I'm not trying to be a Baptist. I'm trying to be a disciple,
Yep.
a good person, someone that is Christ like.
Yep.
Do I have flaws? Of course, man. I got probably the worst of them, but I'm trying every day. I'm trying to be the best that I can.
We're here. Get
And I
up.
want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to expand my mind. I want to question. So guys like Graham Hancock, I am already kind of attracted to people like that and that kind of frame of thinking. Like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean that might not be it? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm just immediately like drawn to like stuff like that, because I mean, you can call me paranoid, I guess, but I don't trust big government and the narrative of a lot of things that are spewed out. I understand how the education system was brought up and the people that brought it up, and that can be a podcast for a whole nother day, because once you really delve into it, it's you're like, holy shit, you just go along thinking, nah, this is just school that like these people just want kids to get educated and be better for America. Man, you could not be so much wronger. You are just like so stupidly wrong. It is like super duper wrong. But that's a whole nother podcast for a whole nother day. But back to Graham Hancock, he just challenges things, and I really, really like that, because, and then like I said, there are things that, that are kind of like, don't really hold water that he said, but then other things like he's saying that there was something that happened about 12,000 years ago. What? I butcher this name so much. And I'm sorry if I do. Gobekli Tepe. I'm sorry if I butchered that. It talks about that like a cataclysmic flood type deal, and they've carbon dated it to be roughly around 12,000 years old. And it's in patterns, and it lines up with stars and star patterns and formations. And there's carvings on it. So it just shows that they were smart enough to do all that, smart enough to make tools, and creative enough to put it all together and execute it. So I guess we weren't stupid little monkeys, and that just doesn't go with the narrative. And that's why they're, more than likely challenging him, unless you want to say that carbon dating is bullshit, but then we unravel a whole bunch of shit in science.
Oh,
and it's
my
just
goodness,
like,
yeah.
I think that whole like Gobekli Tepe, they were like, fuck, shit, man, fuck. What do we do? All right, just shut him up, and we'll just pretend that it's never happened. We'll just push it in the back. We're good. We've done this plenty of times, and it's crazy, but, and he believes that the people that settled there were the people that are spoke about in the Bible, Noah and his family. But there was just a lot more people than the Bible speaks about that was on the boat.
Like, it wasn't just his family that got on the boat. Like, people actually believed him and followed on along with the animals.
That believed him and followed him. It's like, it could make sense, because, I mean, if we want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, the Bible is a very, very, very important book. It proves so in sales every year. But it's a very influential and important book. But you have to remember, it is still wrote by man. You have to remember that. So you have to find God through experiences. And that's why I say you should read the Bible. You know, you should read all types of theology books, religious texts, everything, scripts, all that. You should expand your mind and your thinking as much as you can. And anybody that wants to like be like, nope, you're not reading that. You can't read that. Like, why can't I read it? I'm too stupid. I'm not good enough. I don't know how. Like, what? Why? Oh, it's not good. Okay, well, I think as a normal, sound judging human being, if it's not good, I'll be able to make that decision.
Right.
You know, this may not line up with what you want and what you want me to do, but that's your problem, not mine.
I still want to learn, or I still want to read about it and then have my own educated guess or,
Yep.
understanding of it to see if I want to believe this, if this is something that I think that could be true, like that's my free will to
Mm-hmm.
know all the things that have been given to us to learn from our history. It's our right to know this stuff so that we actually know what's going on. There's so much stuff that's hidden from us, and that's not right.
Because, if you were to just solely take the religious view and belief on that, then you would think, oh, yeah, it's just Noah and his family. They're the only ones. But then whenever you start reading other history and other people's claims, well, all over the world, even in the Americas, they have tales of a gigantic flood and how the Great Spirit told them. So, yeah, we're probably not being told in the whole epic tale of Gilgamesh. And people just want to write that off like, oh, no, people just confuse that with Noah in the Bible. It's like, well, why couldn't there have been Gilgamesh and why couldn't there have been Noah? And why couldn't there have been like Lightfoot in America,
Right.
And, and then King Tutman in Africa.
Yeah.
Like why couldn't that happen? I know it says like certain things in the Bible, like about how the world was just so rotten and everything like that. But I mean, it's just kind of a coincidence that all these old civilizations and older religions and everything have a tale of an ancient flood. And it's not like it's like, well, it's only accounted for in like new texts and everything. No, it's like found in like old like fucking rocks that they chiseled it on, So it's like, how do all of them have like a similar story when none of them had like fucking email or Facebook? Where they could be like, is that what we're gonna say? Is that what we're gonna tell? Is that what y'all are carving? That's what we're carving. You carved this. Here, let me take a picture of it so I can show you. It's like they like so. Come on, we got to start connecting dots, asking questions. Why do so many ancient religions and all that have a similar flood story?
And why were they documenting something like that? Like, why are we finding actual proof, documentation of this stuff? Obviously it was something that was so important that they felt the need that it needed to be documented. And they were smart enough to know to document things for us in the future.
They were smart enough to know to have records.
Right. Like, how would they know? Like, why did we... When did we start taking records?
We were dumb. Like, how were we smart enough then to be like, oh, we should write that down.
Yeah.
We should write it down that the whole world flooded.
Like, to where we have pictures in caves.
Yep.
Like, why would they... Like, I get, like, people are like, oh, they were just putting their stories up there, like, every day or whatever. It's like, okay, why would they even do that? Like, what was the point of that? I guess, I don't know. Is there? I just don't know. Like, is there an actual, like, what is it that people are saying the reason?
Right. The point is we're probably being lied to. That's the point. We're probably being bullshitted, and we're a lot smarter than what we're being led on to, because we were like super fucking smart. We were super fucking smart. A lot smarter than we're given credit for. Like I said, people are fucking awesome. Like, you literally put us on an island in the middle of nowhere, Hawaii, and we will make that shit the best tourist attraction in the fucking world. Because we're just that dope. We're awesome.
Right.
You know? So yeah, I believe like a long time ago, we were pretty smart. We were probably still pretty smart. I mean, the human race has been smart enough to make it this long. You know? We ain't going extinct. We're fucking growing. We're going to be 8 billion soon, baby. Fuck yeah. But, like, and that's one thing that Hancock says is, yeah, there were these ancient civilizations and stuff. They were smart enough to build things like Atlantis. And they were doing things with the pyramids that we just are completely wrong with, you know? Not finding, I mean, because you look at the pyramids, they're not tombs. They're not tombs. Like, what the fuck? That one room they found off the pyramid in that secret chamber that was like way in front of it, that had that weird black marble box in it with the 4 pillars around it. Yeah, that was a tomb. But the pyramids, no. They're not set up like one. They're not set up like any tomb. Anything. It's crazy. You know? And what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is up with the Sphinx? That thing's older than the pyramids.
Yeah.
What's up with that thing?
Yeah.
Who made that? Why did they make that? Who did they make that after? Who are they modeling?
Right.
You know? I know they got like their theories and who they've said, but like, dude, we don't fucking know. We don't fucking know. None of this shit makes sense. You know, we're digging up stuff that it's like, you know, like every day we're like, damn. That kind of like throws that old story out the fucking window. You know? Like Gobekli Tepe. And there probably is some truth that might have been like Noah's people. Because it's in Turkey. And then that boat-shaped anomaly that they've found in the mountains, that the Ararat Mountain, whatever you want to call them, whatever they're called, where they found that boat-shaped anomaly, and it's like, yeah, that was probably Noah's boat, bro. And then if you even take that thinking a step further, get away from the Western propaganda and the filtering and the censoring and everything like that, get yourself on a VPN, and you go look at Turkish news and Turkish documentation. They do talk about how archaeologists bored out a hole in this and they went inside, and it was like, it was deteriorated, you know, and deteriorating, but it was like, this is kind of like, it looks kind of like a cave with like chambers, and it's like, oh, that could like have possibly been a bed.
That is insane.
Or like, that could have been, the way that's all kind of shaped with the rocks on it and the dust, it kind of looks like you could have kept animals or food there. And why are these precarious, like super aligned and almost spaced out columns of just solidified something, like all down it? Like, why is it's just a cave. It's just a cave. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Don't think about it, because if you do, you're stupid. You're stupid if you think about it.
It's the way that it even looks. Like, how, like, it is insane. It is huge. And like, they've measured it out, and it is the exact measurements that it says that an ark would be.
That the ark would have been.
That the ark would have been. It is insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then, you know, it was found where that boat was found is just a few 100 kilometers away from where Gobekli Tepe is.
Wow.
So they probably rested, landed in the mountains, and they were like, shit, we got to get down the mountain. So they went down the mountain and built their civilization and wrote their story on this rock. I believe it. I mean, you know, I believe that they were smart enough to do that shit. I mean, like, fuck, they were smart enough to build the ark.
And that thing has lasted so long that
Awful voices in your head, you know, like it's not like God was like, here's the manual.
Right.
You know, he was like, dude. I was like, wait, what? Like, we'd be fucked if I had to do that, because I'd be like, wait, what? What'd you say? What? Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't remember. You know?
I know.
That'd be scary.
That would be terrifying.
But it's crazy, man. Like, why are we not allowed to like sit down and have that discussion? You know, why are we not allowed to talk about that? Why are we allowed to believe carbon dating in some aspects, but then in other aspects, it's like, no, it's not valid. Like, why is that?
I know.
You know, why? It's almost like they want to control the way that you think.
I don't even understand carbon dating. Like, I don't know. That stuff is so confusing.
It is.
It's so because I just don't
It's a
understand.
pseudoscience. It's a pseudoscience, really. That's why it doesn't fully make sense to people, because it's a pseudoscience. Kind of make believe, you know? It's just a feel good mechanism for people, you know? It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Remember everybody. 95% of those like companies and teachers and all that, them higher ups, some elitists, they're bullshitting you. They're bullshitting you. They gotta put a little bit of truth in front of you. For that karma. They don't want that karmic backlash. But you know, I just think that not thinking and not questioning shit for so long is a big reason of how we got into this, and how people are so easily manipulated, and how quick they want to go to like a sheep mindset, you know?
Not do their own research, make up their own mind after they go and they actually go down all the avenues that there are.
And I strongly urge all of you to go and look all this up yourself and see what this man has to say. Don't just take our word for it. And I'll pull this up real quick. This is his website. It's grahamhancock.com. Super fucking easy to remember. His Netflix series is called Ancient Apocalypse. It's ooh, excuse me. So sorry. It's really done. It's a really well done show. It's really fun. He's a very well spoken person, soft spoken person, little British man. He's cool. But this is his website. This is a lot of his stuff. These are a lot of his books, everything like that. You can order probably, these are probably the audio. Yeah, the audios and then the hardbacks. You order all that. You can start looking into his research if you want to, you know, and he does have his links to his Facebook, his Twitter. Probably that's like a LinkedIn, I guess, and his YouTube, you know. So go give him a shot. Go give him a shot. Listen, see what he has to say, you know. Maybe it'll help you get through what you're going through if you have some questions, things like that, things that don't make sense, you know, because there are a lot of holes in a lot of aspects in life that we just can't account for, and we're just like, what the hell is going on, you know, and we just can't figure it out, you know. So anybody that goes back and tries to challenge it and make it seem like, you know, hey, that may not be the way, let's come at it at a different approach, I'm all for that, man. And like we said, we're not about canceling people. We're not about the cancel culture, silencing people. We believe that as sound-minded adults, you should be able to make up your own decision and avoid that if it doesn't line up with what you think.
And the kind of person that you want to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why is it that's what somebody else says? If you don't want to be that person, why is it going to control you so much? Like, if you don't want to be like that, then okay, just let them speak then, and then go the other way, or just don't listen, or, you know, just don't do what it is they say. It's your free right to just not do what it is that they're saying, or not believe what it is that they're telling you. And that's your choice, you know, but you should still, like, give them a chance, be open minded, you
Yeah, I mean,
know?
because there are questions, you know, especially people that are in the church, and like and I honestly believe that that is the biggest reason why people do fall away from faith, fall away from discipline. It's because they've asked why, and the answer was shut up.
Yep.
Why? Shut up. Why is that? Shut up. What? Shut up.
Yeah.
That's why people fall away, because you're
People have
just
gotten,
eventually going to get frustrated and be like, fuck this, I'm leaving.
yeah, and people have gotten banned from churches because they've asked why?
Yeah, stay away from those churches. They aren't helping anybody but themselves. They ain't
No.
feeding anybody but their own ego.
If you go into a church and they're like, you must do this for God to be a part of this. No, you're a cult, sir. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And there is nothing that I want to hear come out of your mouth because it is not from Jesus. It is not what God wants. It is not what the Lord is trying to preach. Because you're trying to control me, and my God told me to look out for people like you.
That's why I love Jesus, because he's like, yeah, those people, stay away from them. Jesus is like, stay away from those people. Anybody that says I know, stay away from them. Ask questions. Be a good person. Be Christ-like. Be a disciple. That's what I'm trying to do. And anybody that's asking questions like that, I see Graham Hancock as a brother. You're challenging it, man. That's cool. Going against the grain. And you're not hurting anybody. You're challenging our intellect.
Yeah.
You're challenging our understanding. You're shaking up our foundation of what we might know. And it may not be correct. So you may be doing a necessary evil that leads to an ultimate good. Like, we don't know. We don't know, man. Because it's like, yeah, like, you looking at it from a church perspective. Now, wait a minute. How did like one dude, 3 sons, 2 chicks turn into like 7 billion people in like 2,000 years? How'd that happen? In Turkey. But then there were like people like in America like 50 years later. How the fuck that happened? You know? It's like there's shit that don't add up.
Yeah.
There's stuff, but it's like, hey, wait a minute. There's all these civilizations that are a lot smarter than we believe. And they all heard from this great spirit, God, that a flood is coming, that he picked people. You know? That makes a little bit more sense. That makes a little bit more sense to me. We might be onto something, Sally.
You know why some people look completely different than another person? You know, like why we do. I know they have that or I've heard before, I don't know, but that the whole reason our skin colors are the different how they are is because of the equator and stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, if you like that like thing where
right.
you follow where people went and like all that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
so it's like whatever, but like.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. So it's like, so how can you be like okay, if that's the truth, how can you be like not just a white person living on the equator, a generation of like white people living on like the equator? Yeah, you can be tan, you can be sun-kissed, golden, but like you don't start looking like an African. You don't start looking like a Brazilian.
Yeah, so if we all came from one family, you know, why do we all look so different?
Yeah, we all came from one God, one creator. But then is us saying that, you know, we all came from Noah at one point? Is that like putting a God complex on him?
Right.
You know? I don't know.
There's questions I want to know.
Yeah,
these are my serious questions
shit that I want to know, dude.
Like if you think you have the answer, or if you have a theory on why these are how it is, let me know in the comments. You know, like these are things I have seriously asked my entire life, and maybe it's just because I'm ignorant and I understand that I don't understand everything, and this is not something I'm like, you know, I'm just a mom. You know, I am just a regular person, so this is a serious question. You know?
Yeah, like me too. I mean, I'm not no like shaman, no fucking got all the fucking answers rabbi, dude. Like I got questions, man. Like, and I want to know this shit, dude. I want to know it like bad, you know? Because I thirst for knowledge and things like that. And it just agitates me whenever we try to stop progression like that. Why do you want to stop questions? What are you scared of? Because whatever you're scared of, go over in the fucking corner and pound sand. You know? Like, I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to become a better person. I want to change, you know? I want to flourish. I want to blossom, you know? And I want to pass this knowledge on.
Yeah. You know, and that's what like I want to help, or that's what I want to use this podcast for, is like, you know, just all of us learn as a community, as disciples, as brothers and sisters,
as a family,
as neighbors.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As just humankind.
Yep.
Let's all come together and let's just have a conversation about things, about real things, not things that the media wants us to talk about, not things that, our stressed out lives always make us talk about. Like, I'm tired of talking about the things that you talk about at work every single day,
Yep.
Like, I'm tired of talking about dinners. I'm tired of talking about, like, um,
Politics.
oh my God, yes, politics. Like, I'm so over politics. Like, it's not even funny. Like,
I
it's
know.
so
If
important. I
like,
get
dude,
it.
at this, like, I hate the gas prices right now. I fucking hate
Oh
them.
my God,
But if
yeah.
one more dude comes up, oh, hey, fucking gas price, fucking walk, fucking walk, Tom, fucking walk. Damn it, dude, you got 2 legs, fucking walk, dude. I know the gas prices suck. It's costing an arm and a fucking leg to do all this shit. But I'm tired of hearing your mouth. Shut your mouth up when you're talking to me. Like, fuck, dude. Fuck, like, I want to talk about some real shit.
Yeah. Like,
You
and I
know,
know, like,
I want answers.
right. And I like,
Real answers, not some NPC bullshit to talk about.
right. Exactly. It's
Like,
like, I
it's
know we're
fucking
going to talk
dumb.
about politics on here and we're going to talk about the gas prices on here. But
Oh yeah.
what is the true questions people have? Like, what are the true things that we actually need to figure this out as a community to help us be just better human beings?
Exactly. You know, and I'll tell you right now, silencing a guy that's not hurting anybody, and all he's doing is trying to shake up the narrative, shake up the foundation, because there is a good possibility that it could be wrong if you just look at the physical data, the physical science, and the physical facts that are right fucking in front of you. Yeah, it might be wrong. And we might have to do something about that. I mean, fuck, this is, I mean, that's why I say you got to go read the Bible, because it talks about this. And in like, as we go on in quote unquote towards the end of time, the end of ages or whatever, there will be great awakenings. Things will be revealed to us. Shit. Big revelation with the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Big revelation with Gobekli Tepe. Shit's starting to kind of, like, fall in line, bro. I'm not a big believer in coincidences, but this is making anybody suspicious. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, can we have answers? Can we stop having all this just shunned to the back and just forgot about, and you're not allowed to think on your own? Whatever this person hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, what this scientist said, what this dude did, what this chick did, that's it. Don't fucking question it. 'Cause that person's as good as God. Like, fuck you. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna question shit. And people that want to silence people that want to question shit, I'm gonna stay away from you. I'm gonna do what my father teaches me. I'm gonna rebuke you. I'm not gonna hate you. I'll forgive you. But I'm gonna rebuke you till you get your shit together. Then I'll come back around. You know? Because there are answers that we need to these questions. You know? And it's not fair that, like, there's certain people in life and in certain positions of power that are just bogarting all this information.
Yeah, like the Vatican. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, let us go in the library, dude.
Yeah, why is there like these
What's up with that?
secrets in the Vatican that we cannot know about? Like, you're supposed to be the church. Like, I'm sorry, I don't understand that. I don't understand how churches have secrets.
Yeah.
That you're
Like when Jesus literally says, stay away from secret societies
Yeah.
and people that keep secrets. They are snake tongue liars. And it's like,
and then churches are like
keep some of the biggest secrets. Like the Vatican, like, has like probably crap that we don't even realize. You know? It's like, why can't we look at that? Why can't we read the books? Why can't we see these texts? Why? Why can't we make up our own mind?
Yeah, why are you banning books from us like the Book of Enoch? Like yeah, it's out there now, but why are you
Yeah, why did you ban it and take it away?
And what else is there that you have banned from us that we
Mm-hmm.
don't even know about? You know?
That we don't know. Like, we know of all, like, the letters, the Book of Enoch, the Book of St. Thomas. We know of those. And I know I've read quite a few of them because I have questions. I want answers. And I do get, as a whole, why they took them out of the main canon of the Bible. But then, just like we just said, I have other questions like, okay, well, are these just the books that you took out that got leaked? How much more information are you withholding from us? Because yes, some of those books are philosophical. You have to look at it in like a philosophical type of frame of mind, whatever you want to call it. But isn't that like the point of this? You have to look at it literally. You have to look at it metaphysically. You have to look at it from a philosophical standpoint. You have to look at it from a spirituality standpoint. Like, isn't it the point? You keep going back to the text and you keep looking at it from the different angles to build yourself up into this better person.
And isn't it like even like preachers, whatever you want to call them,
Mm-hmm.
they will say like the more you read the Bible during different situations that you're going through in life, that text can be something completely different every single time that you read it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
all because of perspective as well. So just because all those years ago, whenever all that stuff was found out and it got hidden, um, we didn't understand it and it didn't make any sense and it wouldn't have been good for us to know all that stuff. Okay, well, what about now? Because even Jesus said, why would I explain heavenly things to you? You don't even understand earthly.
Exactly.
So, you know, there might have been something that those disciples released back in the day that had it was complete gibberish and like nonsense back then.
Yeah, to them, they were just like, what the fuck?
But if we read it now in today's time and what we go through today, it might be like, oh my God.
It might literally be the biggest ping that
Yes.
humankind has ever had.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So it's like, why can we not read this? Why is it being withheld? If it's out there and y'all, it was legit, it's not something that somebody just completely just fucking, that nowadays have just made up,
Right.
It's a legit historical document that they have done that research on. They have backdated it. They know exactly where it's come from. This is a legitimate like historical document, but we don't understand it and it's gibberish. Or if people like read this, they wouldn't understand it. So we're not going to release it because no one's going to understand it, or it might scare people. So we're not going to release it.
It's like, fuck, I might understand it, dude. Let me figure that out.
Right.
Let me make up that choice.
Like what if there's some other like Albert Einstein out here in the religious text type world that they read this and they're like, "Oh, well this is it."
Well, this is this and this is this. Oh, okay, yeah, I have the answer now. Cool.
Yeah, just because people that's been in the Vatican for decades don't understand it, that doesn't mean that people that are coming into the faith, coming and having their own visions from God, their own messages, that they wouldn't read this and have a vision themselves.
Yeah, we don't know how he's working through people.
We don't know how it works.
We don't know how he's working through anybody.
No, we don't.
And we don't know what he's doing to affect everybody.
Exactly. So you hiding it and telling us lies.
Yeah, it's doing the opposite of what we need.
Yeah.
We need answers, and you're just creating more questions.
You're taking
more paranoia.
Exactly.
More conspiracy.
And you're just furthering like the church, who is supposed to be strengthening your connection with God. All you're doing is cutting that connection because you are taking things away from us that he may have wanted us to know. You have no idea. You have no right to sit there and tell me that God does not want me to read this.
No, you don't. Because like we were saying the other night, who would we be to stop Paul, St. Paul, from doing what he did before he was Paul? Who would we be to take him out because he was taking out so many Christians? Well, then he wouldn't have done that. We don't know how he's working through us.
Right.
We don't know, but we need these answers.
Yep.
And the fact that they just want to suppress everything and shun people away, it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yep.
Like, that's why I think he is more than likely onto something. Graham Hancock is more than likely onto something a lot bigger, and he probably tipped over a can of worms that they didn't want him touching. Yeah,
because as a society and as humans, we should be asking why.
Yep, all the time.
Like, what is this? We should be trying to figure out and like coming together and be like, all right, guys, what is really going on? Who is it that is keeping it from us that actually knows?
Yep.
And why are they doing it? And how do we get rid of them so we can get the truth for
exactly.
one of our lives?
Exactly. you know?
We are lied to about so much stuff.
So much, man, and it's bullshit.
Like me, like because like I don't know, like I guess like I was just always completely like in a bubble, sheltered, I don't know, whatever, but just closed minded. I was just closed minded, like or lazy, didn't do research, didn't want to go out and ask questions. I didn't want to go out and like find anything. So to me, it was just, like I was in whatever, what is it, at NPC or whatever.
Yeah, NPC.
Yeah, that was me. I'm not gonna lie. That was totally me. Just getting up, going to work, um,
Just
fo-
going through the
going
motions,
through the motions so much where I would fall asleep in my car because it was so routine. You know,
right?
like that is not okay.
No, it's not.
And it was just going to work, just sitting there, just going through the motions, going through the day, not even like by the time you get home, you don't even remember what it is that you just did at work because it was that like stupid. It was
Mhm.
that like mind numbing to you that you don't even remember what it was that you just did,
Mhm.
you know? And like that was me. And I completely understand, like, like that was me. And I understand like how people can be like that, that you don't want to because you don't want to have those hard conversations. You don't want to sit there and actually think, and you don't want to actually sit there and like ask those questions because I was that person.
Yeah.
I completely was that person, you know?
And it's fear. It's
It
fear.
is.
It's the pride. It's the ego. I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look like I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm glad that I have like
You got to put that shield down in life. You got to
exactly.
put that shield of that pride and ego that we always keep up.
Yeah.
You got to put it down because the world is beautiful. You got to get vulnerable. Ask those questions. Always protect yourself out there. Stay vigilant.
Because it is scary because you never know who it is that is lying to you. Who,
Exactly.
because,
That's stay vigilant, but
yeah.
we should ask questions. And that too, not being able to ask questions, being, oh, I guess this is it. I guess this is it. I guess you're easily manipulated.
Right.
Easily.
Yeah.
You can listen to, oh yeah, this person just kind of makes enough sense. They kind of sound like the other guy that I was listening to. So yeah, I'm just gonna listen to you now.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't want to think for myself. I just want you to tell me what to do. It's like, no, quit being lazy. Come on, think while it's still free.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. We're losing that freedom.
yeah, and that's why we gotta stand up for people like Graham Hancock, people like that are shaking up the establishment, they're poking the hornet's nest. See if they get stung. See if they don't. Let's see what happens. Let's ask some questions. A question never hurt anybody. You know, your actions of the question can hurt. The question's not gonna hurt anybody. Like a gun. A gun can't kill you, but the actions of a human with a gun can kill you. Just like the actions of a human with a question. Whenever asked a question, that can hurt you. Not the question. And we should be allowed to do that. We should always be allowed to do that. We should always be able to challenge a narrative. We should be able to speak our mind. We should be able to expand. We shouldn't be limited. We are all adults. We are all consenting. We all agree to be here. We all get those terms of service and all that shit at the beginning and agree to it. Like, fuck, man. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. But that's going to do it for the episode. I hope that all of y'all enjoyed it. I hope this intrigued y'all to go and look into some of Graham Hancock's work, or at least just start watching the series on Netflix, because it's a great series. It gives some information, help you think outside the box a little bit, maybe look at it differently. Maybe some of you that have fallen away from the faith could be like, well, I mean, I guess that kind of does make sense. If God did that, maybe I should go, talk to God again. Maybe I should go talk to him one more time. See what's going on. Start building that personal relationship.
I think,
Go to the closet, build that relationship with him.
and you never know. Found your way here. There might be a reason why you found your way here. And it might be a way for God to be trying to go and get that out of those 99, that one that strayed. This might be his way of reaching out to that one that has strayed, trying
Yep.
to get him back.
Yep.
So maybe this is something that could help you, or
we don't know.
Nobody
All we can
knows.
do is pray that everything will be okay and have faith that it will, because he says so. And then ask questions. Be good to each other. Just be kind. Help each other out. Let's become the best versions of ourselves that we can all be. And that is beautiful. That is heaven on earth. We're all living beautifully, being beautiful, staying together. I love it. And I love all of y'all for coming out, watching the show, giving the likes, subbing, sharing, all that. I love it. You guys are the best. And I pray that if y'all are going through anything, that you hope that whatever happens, I hope that you get through it. I really hope that we all come out great on the other side of this. Demon, I saw your comment. Man, I love you. Thanks for coming out, watching the show. We don't care when you show up, man, as long as you just show up.
Exactly.
You know, man. We ain't gonna call you late for dinner. You know, we always got a seat open for you, Demon. We love that you show up, man. Everybody else, thank you again for watching. Whether you're watching us live, whether you come back and watch it after we post, both of us from the bottom of our hearts, we truly appreciate everything. We hope that this helps you think a little differently, and I strongly urge all of you to go do your own research. Go watch this information. Ask your own questions. I love all of you so much. Thank you again for everything that you do. And until next time, stay sexy.